From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Afternoon Edition.
And right now in the Afternoon Edition, the NBA has postponed tonight's game between the Golden State Warriors and Utah Jazz. This after Warriors assistant Dejan Milojevic was hospitalized after suffering a medical emergency at a restaurant during a private team dinner. This happened in Salt Lake City. No word yet on his condition. Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Yamamoto. Our other top story, we're following new charges announced against a group of suspects accused in a string of break-ins at businesses all across the Bay Area. State Attorney General Rob Bonta says from September 8th to November 14th, 25 Bay Area businesses were targeted, causing more than $650,000. 3 suspects were arrested and are facing multiple charges, including organized retail theft.
We are not talking about one-off shoplifting incidents here. These weren't one-off smash and grabs at your local big box store. We're talking about a series of coordinated, organized crimes that took place over the course of 2 months.
It says the crimes usually happen at night. The suspects also stole ATM machines.
I want it. I need it. I need it. I got to have it.
Some of the protesters who halted traffic on the Bay Bridge and other supporters rallied outside the San Francisco District Attorney's office today. They call themselves the Bay Bridge 78. They're demanding Brooke Jenkins to drop the charges against them.
We are not going anywhere. We will keep the demand to drop the charges.
The prosecution of nonviolent protesters does not make us any safer, that's for sure. It didn't work when they tried to prosecute Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and it won't work now.
Back in November, demonstrators stalled the bridge for hours, calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. In a statement last month, Jenkins says free speech cannot compromise public safety. New details about the home-built plane that crashed off the coast of the San Mateo County with 4 people aboard. 3 people are still missing this afternoon. Our Lauren Tom spoke with an aviation expert about what may have gone wrong.
The images of a wrecked plane on a rocky beach in Half Moon Bay tell only a small part of the story of the final moments of a young San Francisco woman. San Mateo County authorities say they found the body of 27-year-old Emma Wilmer-Shiles near the wreckage. The NTSB says she was one of 4 people on board the small home-built plane. Retired airline captain Ross Sagan explains that even though the plane is assembled by whoever buys it, doesn't necessarily make it unsafe.
And it's a proven design. However, having said that, it's up to the person building the airplane to properly construct it and maintain good engineering and building practices.
Wilmer-Shiles was a San Francisco native. She attended Sacred Heart Cathedral for high school and later went on to MIT. The 4-seater plane she was flying in is registered to Winged Wallabies in Oakland and has conducted several flights over the Bay Area.
And like I say, it's a well-tested design, and I'd be surprised if there was a structural failure per se, but never, again, this was built by quote-unquote amateur builders.
Also believed to have been on board Wilmer-Shiles' MIT classmate Lockie Ferrier, who is a pilot, and Ferrier's fiancée Cassidy Petit, who works for a San Francisco venture capital firm. The question investigators are tackling tonight: what caused the plane to crash? The NTSB says the plane took off from Hayward for Half Moon Bay Sunday afternoon, landing just after 5 p.m., and departed there around 7 and crashed into the water minutes later.
Just now looking at the weather that occurred during the time of the incident, the accident, and I'd be looking real hard at the weather, because what I'm seeing is the historical weather record shows that at the time that they said that the incident occurred, Half Moon Bay was reporting very low ceilings or low clouds and fog and mist.
Sagan says the NTSB will look into it all, and then when answers do come about what went wrong, they may be complex.
What we've learned over many years of accident investigation is that an accident usually isn't just caused by one break in the links of a chain, but it's many. It's like threading a needle through Swiss cheese. When all the holes align, then you have a bad incident. And I think we're going to probably find that it wasn't just one or maybe even two things. There were probably multiple contributing issues that came together to cause a bad accident.
And we contacted several people who knew Ferrier, and they describe him as a capable pilot with a bright future. No word on the identity of the fourth person on that plane. This just in, the judge overseeing former President Donald Trump's defamation trial threatened to kick him out of the courtroom after he ignored a warning to stay quiet. This happened while writer E. Jean Carroll was testifying that he shattered her reputation after she accused him of sexual abuse. The judge told Trump that his right to be present at the trial would be revoked if he remains disrupted. Trump purportedly shot back, saying, "I would love it." Meantime, the race for the Republican presidential nomination is now focused on New Hampshire. GOP candidates, including Trump, will be in the Granite State today ahead of next week's pivotal primary. Polls do show Trump is ahead, but not by nearly as much as in Iowa. Nikki Haley is polling a close second. Robert Kennedy Jr. announced he's creating a new political party to get on the ballot for his White House run. Steve Large has details on the work ahead for Kennedy to get on the ballot here in California.
Most democracies in the world have a variety of political parties.
Robert Kennedy Jr. is seeking to crash party politics across the U.S. and here in California, filing paperwork to qualify a new party called We the People in hopes of gaining the party's nomination for president on the November ballot.
Well, it's going to be extremely difficult.
Tony Quinn has tracked California state political data for decades and says before We the People can qualify as a party in California, 75,000 people will have to register for it by June.
Problem is, nobody's ever heard of the party. If you're a Republican or a Democrat, I mean, you have some affinity to your own party. Getting people that are not registered to register is very difficult because it's very easy to register in California. Most everybody is.
The Democrats are frightened that I'm going to spoil the election for President Biden. And the Republicans are frightened that I'm going to spoil it for President Trump.
Recent polling shows a President Biden-Donald Trump head-to-head matchup is extremely close right now, making a Kennedy addition as a third-party candidate a problem for both sides.
From the Trump side, he's going to have to compete for a lot of the same people who are frustrated with today. The Biden people are going to have to figure out how do we deal with a guy who's criticizing our message, which is don't worry, be happy.
Seeking a path into presidential politics, could this Kennedy create his own party to do it?
And besides California, Kennedy is also trying to qualify his own party in 6 other states. He is also collecting signatures to get on the ballots of all 50 states.